There she is. I was like,
can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Gabby!
Great.
Gabby.
All right, what's going on? Where are you?
I'm in New York, shawty.
How's that going? You working out?
Yeah, I'm with Alex. I'm out here with Alex.
How you feeling? The people want to know.
Good. You know, good. Better than last time you saw me. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm good. How you feeling? Y'all going to the Final Four, huh?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel hungover.
Y'all turned up?
I'm excited. I mean, I can't believe that we're going. It was a weird year, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't even know we'd make it to the Final Four, but
it's almost over though. Like y'all survived. Y'all made it through.
We survived. Yeah.
I was like so like shook as far as like what the overseas season was finna even look like for y'all. But
they made it work. When they said that they were doing the mini bubbles, I was like, yeah, no way. But
yeah, and it works for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Okay, so I have some questions here, and then of course people can ask questions.
How long we finna be on here?
I don't know.
That's the better question. We're gonna do 30 minutes, like.
I think it kicks you. Yeah, 30 minutes. I think is good.
Okay. Y'all got 30 minutes.
All right. So this is from Skywriter Aaron. What role does intersectionality play in your personal work on social justice? Do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
I'm sorry, I don't know what intersectionality is.
Intersectionality is
what that is.
It's like being, for us, you know, we're facing sexism and racism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's how those different forms of oppression intersect with each other. So racism affects Black women differently than it does Black men.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
I think I talked about this a lot when we were doing like our campaign this summer, This Guy Takes Action, because a lot of times like the NBA was kind of, because obviously they have more viewership and everything, they were getting all the attention for the battles that they were fighting against racism. Yeah. But obviously our battles as WNBA players look a lot different than the NBA side. So I think that's where we come in, and we spoke up for Say Her Name. Mm-hmm. Like we spoke up for all of the forgotten Black women who are killed, because even more so than the men, they're left out of the conversation. So we have that opportunity because we know what it's like to face both forms of oppression. We decided to stand up for those who are like us. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't even feel I don't like speaking of things that I'm not like fully informed on. Like I'm just grasping what intersection is. So I'm gonna have to revisit like later so I can properly say how I feel about it. But I agree with what you're sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like sometimes the men, like it's really the women doing the work? Like when you see the soccer players and you see us?
I mean, we definitely carry like a very, very big load. And that's just from not only watching it, but also being in it. You know, it's like we get looked to so much to like speak things, to like our opinion. Like even right now with like AA, it's like, oh, now we got to rally. Everybody got to like, you know, so that even though it doesn't affect us, right? Like this is like an unequal to, you know, the college players who have dealt with the craziest circumstances, right? As it is, and like this is how you afford them, right? So now it's like we all now, and like on top of everything else that we're already fighting for and advocating for, now this is just like another thing. So I definitely like we have to deal with so much more when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like this NCAA stuff is gonna get brought up a lot in this next 30 minutes.
It's hot, man. It's hot mess. I mean, thankfully, got a weight room in there now. Like they've got some equipment there, which is like my thing is why couldn't they do that in the beginning?
Like, why'd they have to get bullied just to get some weights?
It was not that hard. Like y'all
Right.
put a rack of dumbbells in there. That what was the heaviest dumbbell? Like
30 pounds.
30 pounds? Like
Yeah.
that's just disrespectful. Like
exactly.
They're not even heavy enough. Like so it's crazy.
It's literally Fire Fest. I was like, oh my god.
The food, like everything. But you know, from never mind, I ain't even gonna say.
No, but I think whoever was in charge of that, someone got fired, maybe. I don't know. But it was just should have been.
Get fired.
So our next question is from Skywriter Cheryl. She wants to know our thoughts on the recent uptick in violence against the Asian community.
Our thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, that like it's sad. Like it's terrible. It is. I mean, I think it's just it's the thing that's made it more like what the to me the fact that like all it's gotten how much it's increased since like COVID, right? And the fact that you know somebody has blamed COVID on Chinese and not just and the fact that like all these white people, to be quite honest, are deciding like go out and just like attack and murder and beat on Chinese people. Like it's just it don't make no sense. Like it's completely ignorant. It's cruel. It breaks my heart. So that, like I'm from Atlanta, so to hear news about the shootings and the murder of those people out there, it's just sad, man.
Mm-hmm. I feel like especially, the past 4 years with the man in office, like the one we had, not even gonna say his name, we've kind of, don't want to say built the culture because the culture's been there since the U.S. is built on that culture of just like xenophobia. And I think, obviously him calling it the Chinese virus, he made it okay to like dehumanize Asian people. And I mean, the US, we had internment camps not long ago. There's people still alive who lived in internment camps. And it's like racism against Asians is like very well embedded into the US system. And so I'm happy to see at least that it's being brought to light and that people are trying to be active just like they were with the BLM movement and helping. But like you said, it's really just heartbreaking. Like it's just in the U.S. It just feels like one thing after another.
I'm telling you,
the U.S. is ghetto.
We so wrapped up. Like I was talking to somebody about this. I'm like, I've been so wrapped up in like the Black struggle, like in our own community and fighting for equality or just trying to have justice be served. Like we're still talking about Brown Taylor. Like we still injustices that we face as Black people, and then it's like look to your right, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like you got Chinese, Hispanic people, like other people, like their own battle. Well, it's really all of our but it's like the struggle just seems so big. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's really exhausting after a while.
Yeah. I mean, the common enemy is like white patriarch society. Patriarchy. I think that's the thing that needs to be dismantled, and then of course we'll see Hispanic, whoever it is, Black, women, LGBTQ, Asian population, all Pacific Islander, all will improve as soon as we recognize the common problem isn't problems within each community. It's the white patriarchy.
And it's not our job to educate y'all. It's just funny to me how it's like, okay, like black people, okay, Chinese people, like y'all tell us what to do, tell us how to. I'm like, y'all created this problem. Like this is not like that's
right.
It's like you don't imprison somebody or mistreat somebody and then ask them, okay, how you want me to let you out? How you want me to set you free? Like,
Well, let's keep moving through these questions. We're getting deeper and deeper every time.
Yeah.
From another skywriter, please tell us about an incident in your life where social justice affected you and how that has motivated you towards working on social justice issues. Social justice issues. Something that's motivated you. What made you turn into, I don't know, valiant person?
I think mine was more like it's not a singular moment. I think once you're born as a African American, like you're in it. You know what I mean? Like every day. And so just like being aware of that is what has made me want to excel and use my platform in a basketball. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wouldn't really pinpoint it to one singular like incident. I felt racism and stories about, you know, things that have happened to me. It's just part of being black. I'll have stories.
I'm gonna sidetrack for a second. I see a question that says, "Would the Sky be able to put together something for the Asian community and support, you know, in Chicago?" And I think that's something we'll definitely want to do.
Yeah.
And we're doing, you know, as much as we can as trying to be a voice, you know, for the Asian community right now. I know we're receiving donations for doing this live right now and answering those questions, and I've been doing my research on nonprofits that are helping the AAPI community. So I know my portion of the donation, I'll find something for that that fights violence against Asian and Pacific Islanders. Okay, back to the question. I think for me it was when I got to college, because like you said, we're born into this, like facing it, but we're also told that like we're supposed to just kind of deal with it. You know, and like we're not supposed to fight back, or like this is our place. And I think once I got to college, and I remember seeing like the African American Community Center for the first time, and I was like, oh, like there's a community who's fighting for people who are like me that I can join. Because, you know, in high school, you don't really have that, and you're just like, you face these microaggressions and you face these racisms, but you're just kind of like, oh, that's just part of it, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wait, like we can fight back. Like we can, you know, we can have a voice, and then, you know, there's strength in numbers. And I think finding people who are like me in college helped me to like find my voice in social initiatives.
Feel that.
Let's see. If you see any questions in the chat too, you can answer.
Ooh. Yeah, y'all ask some questions. It doesn't have to be about this specifically. I know a lot of y'all want to talk about this season. Y'all want to talk about basketball.
Oh, we can hear. Here's a good one. It says, let's see. What have been some of our personal highs and lows for the past year?
Ooh. You can go first.
For me, I think I've had a lot of fun playing for Chopron this year, and it's helped me find my game a bit. So I would say that was a high for me. I think the lows was kind of the way our season went downhill with injuries. It's like we started so great and it was so much fun, and then we just had things that we couldn't control happen to us, and it was just like spiraled out of control from there.
Yeah. I mean, I think my highs and my lows were like it was so sad for me, obviously, to have my health issues for, in the way that I had to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
But the highs of it was, being around you guys, like being able to spend that time with you, because it was a huge part of, me getting better. And, I can't say enough about our team and the group that we have, to be able to feel such a sense of like safety with y'all. You know what I mean? Like it was really good for me to be able to spend the time that we spent in the bubble, and even though that came with its own, it's like that was a high. Just
Mm-hmm.
coming out of quarantine and coming out of isolation, being able to spend that time with y'all.
Yeah, I agree. I think we did all get closer in the bubble, and I think like we're the only team that I could have been on in that bubble. I was like, thank God I'm on this team. Like,
I was,
because I just think we all get along and we all have such good chemistry, and like it goes beyond basketball for us.
no, that's facts.
So I was like, thank God. Like I could only do it with them.
Big.
I'm not gonna drop any other teams, but I'm like, I'm really happy I'm not playing for them right now.
Yeah, I'm glad from the coaches to Megan and everybody. Like I feel like we just had we went through that together. Like really went through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this next question, we can talk about social justice, but I also kind of want to know, just like in general, what's some of the hardest parts about being in the public eye? And are you aware, or most are unaware of what we have to deal with?
I think, I mean, it's not hard for me, but something that I've become aware of. I think the hard part about being in the public eye is like still trying to be yourself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like this right that like you can fall into. Like it's like don't say this, don't act like this.
Mm-hmm.
You do this, then people are gonna say, you know what I mean? And it's like at a certain point, you just be like, I don't care. Like it's so exhausting trying to be everybody else expects me to be, who everybody else wants me to be. And so I think that that's one of the challenges of being in the public eye. It's just trying to, maintain a sense of who you are as an
Mm-hmm.
individual, right? And no matter how it makes other people feel or how other people may view you after.
Yeah, that's something that's like you definitely have to practice. Because I mean, it's really hard. It's easy. It's easier said than done, for sure.
No, for sure.
And I think especially when we're fighting like we're for these social justice issues, like we get so much hate and so much like I
Right.
don't know.
Even like to come out and just say like white people. It's just like what you about to say? Like like, but it's the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes saying the truth, and I think that goes beyond being in the public eye, but like sometimes just speaking on it is just like you got so many people and brands and that you represent. Like you gotta make sure that like everybody's just in alignment with like who you are and how you feel, and like I don't know, there's so many like moving parts to it.
I think too, it's like you always have to think of what the ultimate goal is. Because I mean, there was a time I like just left social media for a while because I was just tired of all the hate I was getting after our Sky Takes Action stuff. And I was like, I'm just exhausted from even reading this. I'm gonna take a break. But then I was like, you know what? I'm not fighting for me. Like it's just like I have this platform, and I am in the public eye, I believe, for a reason. So I should be amplifying voices. I should be using it in the best way possible. So I think for me, you just have to think of the ultimate, like what you want.
Yeah.
The public to like see or hear, because we have access to a lot of eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. What continues to motivate you, and tools do you use to get through bad days?
Oh shoot. What motivates me? Honestly, I want to win. Like winning is really important to me. So a huge part of what I do each and every day when I get up is about me winning, and that's just like in life. Like obviously I want to win championships in Chicago and like be a part of that. But like I just want to win in life. I want to have some moral victories. I want to have some, financial victories, some social justice victories. Like I think that, back to the NCAA thing, like the fact that they got that waiver in there so quickly, like that's like a victory for us, like
Yeah.
that's something that we can be like, you know what, that wouldn't have happened if we didn't do what we did. And speak out in the way that we did. So, those things feel good to me. So I would just say the pursuit of like winning.
For me, money.
That's fair.
No, not that, but also just I think there's such a time constraint on our careers, and you never know. Like this could be my last day. I could be hurt tomorrow, and this could all be over. Or like I don't know. We live in cancel culture now, so I'm like, what if I get canceled like tomorrow?
What if you know what? I'm not even gonna say the P word, but yeah, this baby this too. So,
but yeah, like what if it could happen anytime, and then I can like lose all of this. So it's how much do I want to accomplish with the short time I have? Like do I want to win a championship? Do I want to win? I don't know, make a all-star team. Those kind of things. Can I get the best contract possible overseas? Because I'm like, it could be over in a couple months. You just never know.
Yeah.
So I think that's what motivates me is like, I don't want to waste any days.
Yeah, for sure.
What's something you learned new about yourself this past year?
Ooh, I learned a lot about myself. I think the biggest thing is that like I knew this about myself, but now I really know it's like I'm special. Like I really feel like I have like a calling on my life, and I really really do believe it. So I think that it's something that everybody has to come into on their own, right? Like we always say, like everybody's beautiful, everybody's got a gift, and it's sometimes it's hard to feel that and really believe it. But after last year and like everything I went through, I'm just like, man, I didn't go through all that for nothing. Like I it's something. There's some calling on me that just is gonna supersede a lot of whatever I thought I was supposed to do. So that's what I'll say.
You are very special, Diamond. You're right. I think what I learned about myself this year is I learned that I'm actually really happy being alone. And I think I'm a lot more, like I always knew I was introverted, but I think I'm becoming more introverted, and I'm a lot more introverted than I thought I was. I'm like, I really enjoy like just my time to myself. And I think this quarantine has actually been like too nice for me. I'm like, I shouldn't be enjoying this like that much.
No, I feel sitting at home is like, I think about isolation, like the one thing I've also learned is like once you start to isolate yourself, it gets really hard to like unisolate yourself.
Yeah.
Like you just be like real like in the bed, like you went to the gym and then you coming right back home. Like you cool. You don't want to chill, you don't want to kick it, like
right.
Don't be want to do nothing.
Right.
I'm like, okay, when everybody come back this summer, I'll get back together. I'm like, what we finna do? Because I like to be I like to be at home.
And I'm like, hey, we can watch Attack on Titan together.
That we can.
That we can do in the house.
That we shall.
No, but I'm like, I think it's good though, because I think, I've learned to like being with myself and like love myself more. Like I'll just be in my apartment like, damn, I'm funny. Like,
dancing, being there dancing by yourself, lit.
So I'm like, this has been good. I've learned to enjoy the company with myself more.
That's good.
Let's do 2 more questions because these ones are kind of short. If you could switch places with any one person for the day, who would it be?
What? If I could switch places with any one person, you go first.
I don't know, whoever's sleeping with Jungkook. Was that inappropriate?
What?
I'm so sorry.
I don't want to say any type of celebrity, but I do. But I don't. I just want to, whoever is like, I think like whoever like just like living freely. Like I don't know what that looks like. Somebody like out in nature, like some like nature lady that like got like a whole bunch of pets and it's just like free spirited, just like floating around, like no expectation of anybody, like doing whatever they want to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would actually talk to someone who went on like a yoga retreat. Just like backpacked, you know?
Bro,
bruh.
Yeah. This what you got. This what you getting yourself into. Just know.
Candace doesn't know about my K-pop obsession.
We don't know.
So she's gonna learn.
We're gonna learn today.
Candace, I'm gonna put you onto some K-pop. I bet Layla listens to him. But yeah, we should just like go backpacking like through the mountains one day.
We should. I'm down. I'm super down. We might need a survival guide though. Anybody in the comments that's like, y'all got a what's a bunker? Apocalypse bunker? We need to know all the survival tips. Bro, I ain't even gonna do this on live.
No, tell me. Yes, Candace, K-pop. Look it up.
For those of you who don't know, like one of my biggest, most irrational fears is a zombie apocalypse. Like literally.
Oh,
like,
I didn't even know that.
I have nightmares about this. I do.
Is that why you play Call of Duty so much?
Yes. They have to all die. Like I have nightmares about this. So I need to learn some survival tips ASAP, just in case. Anyway.
I hope I turn into the zombie. I basically already am.
I kind of see my story, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, last question. What are the off-the-court moments that mean the most to you?
The off-the-court moments that mean the most to me. I just feel like it's the moments where I'm just like, whatever I'm doing is not tied to like who I am as an athlete. Mm-hmm. Like if that makes sense. Like so much of like what I do on a day, like being a professional athlete is literally like a 24/7 job. And so you're like, okay, well, I'm in New York right now. Do I want to walk around? Because if I walk around too much, I might be sore in my workout tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know, like it's like every little thing. And so when I find myself just like existing outside of my role as an athlete, I feel like that's like the most fulfilling thing for me. Whether it's like I'm just chilling with my family or I'm on a beach somewhere or like just chilling. Like I think those are like the most fulfilling off-court moments.
Like you said, I mean it's a 24/7 thing. Like I mean I literally had to move to Hungary. What the hell is in Hungary? You know, like I had to move me and my cat out here, and I'm just like this is my life now. And I think it's like the moments that are unexpected.
They're just trying to air me out on live.
What she say? How about staying on live? Just hang out with me.
I went to LA.
Tell the story.
And it was me, her mom, and Layla. And Candace was nowhere down. Like, and I was just chilling. But anyways.
Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think my favorite part is just like the moments that you kind of make. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I'm in Hungary and I have to like make fun in my apartment or like random moments with my teammates or we just stay later at like team dinner and just have a good conversation, you know, like, dang, I just needed this kind of thing. Or
hidden memories, like meaningful interactions. Yeah. Like meaningful interactions where you walk away and you're like, Man, like, that felt good. Like, you don't realize how much this profession like consumes, how much time it consumes, how much space it takes up. It takes up a lot of space. Like you come back and then you have this one moment. You're just like, wow, like that felt really good. Like,
right.
I didn't even realize I was missing that.
Or like the one day off you get in like a fortnight, and you're like,
yeah,
okay, what are we gonna do today, guys? Like it's our one day, and you kind of make those memories outside of practice, or outside of games that stick with you. Because it like when especially too like when we're on a team, like I said, imagine if we all hated each other.
Imagine.
Like you still got to make it work. You still gotta, So it's always nice when you on a team you meet someone new. You have no idea if you're gonna like them or hit it off, and then once in a while you do, and then you make a great new friend.
Great new friends, man.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Don't mind me and Gabby. We just go on our little rant sometimes.
I'm gonna save this for IG Live, but someone please cut out the part I said about Jungkook and BT.
Nah, you gotta keep that. That's the best part.
Because I think you might get in trouble for that.
Whatever.
All right.